Mark called you a menace, and he was kind of referring to those back-to-back steals in the backcourt. Just wonder what's kind of going through you as you're making those plays, and are you surprised that they're available to you, or is that just manufactured through effort and toughness?
For starters, you probably meant that in multiple ways. But yeah, I just tried to bring some energy to the game. You know, we were kind of just trading buckets here and there through the first quarter. We kind of recognized on the bench that we needed to amp up, you know, some of the intensity and some of the pressure. So just picked up full court, just trying to change the energy of the game. Got a couple steals, and it was good for us.
Doug, your second half was explosive, and it just seemed like you created ways to get to your spots, those shots that you hit night in and night out. What was different for you in the second half to be able to manufacture those opportunities?
Just being aggressive, not like trying to force anything, but just pick my spots. I thought we did a good job of like getting a couple stops, getting out, spacing the floor well, cutting. So I think when teams are worried about us cutting and doing other stuff, it just opens up different parts of the floor, and I was able to find those and do that.
Alex, you guarded great scorers in this league. For Shai, a lot of the conversation for him in recent years has just been how prolific a scorer he is, how efficient, how consistent, and in turn how strange it is that he hadn't had 50 before today. I guess, how impressive is it for him to get to that point today, considering all the layers to what it would take for him to get 50?
Yeah, I mean, he'd probably have a couple more this year if we had closer games. He had 40 a couple times, and a couple of them were blowouts, so like he didn't even play in the fourth, or like, you know, he didn't really have to push it to get to that number. So for him, I think it was just the flow of the game helped, you know, get to that number tonight. But like his skill goes, you know, without saying. Like you get to the rim, you cut him off, he's got a counter. You counter that, he's got another counter. You put your hands on him, it's going to be a foul. He can shoot threes. Like he's just one of the great scorers that the game has seen. And for him, it's just a nightly basis of just making reads and being super aggressive. And we definitely feed off that. Like his mantra and his energy get us going, and we play off that big time.
Halfway through the season, how would you describe the kind of season he's put together?
MVP season. I watch a lot of basketball. Like I watch, whether it's the condensed highlights or like real games. So like I see the best players in the league, and I've seen how everybody plays, and you know, his impact on both ends of the floor, the efficiency. Like he's playing like the best player in the world.
Jalen, I just wondered, what was the most impressive part about Shai's 54 for you in your eyes?
I think just like a couple games back, somebody brought up like not having those games, so that was pretty impressive. I think just for him like go out and actually get one right, pretty much right after the comment was made. So kind of adding what AC said, just like the amount of like I think he sat out like 10 fourth quarter games or something like that. So to be able to, yeah.
Is that a real stat?
Yeah, that's right. I'm not joking, right? Yeah, it's 10 on Twitter a little bit. So I think that was impressive. Just it's been brought up a couple times, and then he's had games where he's had like 40 and 3/4 like right after the comment was made. So I think that was pretty cool.
That's a quarter of our games.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. I feel like that was underrated in regards to the 50 because the 50 is so loud. But I think just with all the speculation, I guess, in regards to could he do it, to do it consistently since that being said, I thought was pretty good.
He says he doesn't feel it. Didn't feel like a 54-point game. When you're out there, does it feel like he's doing that to you guys? Did you know he had over 50 points, I guess?
Yeah, you know somebody, like, on the court, it definitely feels like it. When as a player, when you're in that much of a flow, I've never had 50, so it's going to be very tough to, like, explain. But when you're in a flow like that, I don't think he's, like, thinking about the points. But, yeah, he's not counting. I think for me watching it, it definitely is like that because I'm in the possessions, I'm involved in them. And then sometimes I think he just scores. He'll have, like, a lot of, like, quieter buckets where you, like, get leak outs or, like, cuts, or sometimes it just looks so easy you don't even, like, register that he's scoring at the rate that he is.
Kevin, you've played with Casey for 2 years now. What have you seen from him as his ability to cut and kind of read the floor?
he just does a good job of playing off everybody. He's understanding his game more and more. We trust him to make plays too. But I think what's underrated about like cutting and like getting to your spots is like you have to know the game and understand who you're playing with. So that goes along with it too. He's getting smarter doing that. He's hitting shots, and obviously defensively, night in, night out, he's guarding the best guys. He's doing a great job with it. So he's been great all year, all around.
Yeah, it does. Dub, Alex, whoever wants to answer can answer. Does Kaysen have the most bounce on this team, and how do you think he would perform in the slam dunk competition? I know, Dub, you may think you have the most bounce.
Oh, I don't have the most bounce on the team.
Who does have
My
the most
bounce is
bounce?
gone. Rookie year, it's over now. Don't really jump the same way. You guys saw my dunk attempt today. Yeah, I tried. You saw his too. It's not us. He might actually have the most bounce on the team.
He's got the most collectively. He can go left foot, right foot, 2 foot, and I don't know if anybody on the team can go.
No, don't think it's over.
That's what I'm saying. I'm that
Jay
diverse.
Does he have any creativity? Like, could he win the dunk competition?
Oh, you know who actually might have like the best like creative that I've seen is probably Wiggs. Wiggs or BC. BC's underdog.
I've never seen his team.
Really? Oh, the dunk lines, he's pretty decent.
Start watching.
Yeah, Wiggs also comes out at like 6, so it's hard to like get him in the layup line. It probably is like the most bounce is probably Queso. I've never seen Queso do anything else. But I mean, just collectively, he's dunked on a couple people. He's probably got the most bounce. I don't know if he has the best dunk package though.
Right before Shai got 50, like you had the ball and quickly got it back to him. Were you trying to make sure he got 50?
Yeah, I knew. I feel like when you're at like I think you're at like 48 or 49 or something like that. I saw it, and it was also like reading the game too. Like the side that he was on wasn't loaded, so it was like you're giving probably the best scorer in the NBA. Not probably. You're giving the best scorer in the NBA a wide open kind of lane there. So I saw that. My guy was already extended, so he couldn't help. So yeah, but yeah, I saw it.
Over the years, you guys have talked about putting that individual success a little bit on the back burner for the team, and that individual success will naturally come. On a night like tonight, where Shai comes back into the fourth quarter and he could have taken any shot he wanted and wouldn't have been criticized for it, and he's trying to look for you guys. Does it make it, as a teammate, does it make it that much special from having his first 50-point game when he was actively trying to get you guys going also?
Yeah, it's a good relationship, and that's one of the reasons why he's a good leader. It's one of those things that like instills confidence in everybody. I think just for me personally, like him throwing me the ball, and then it works the other way too. It's like you said, like me knowing that he's at 48, trying to get him to 50 and throwing the ball back to him. So it's like a push and pull thing. Like he trusts us, we obviously trust him, so he does a good job of keeping everybody involved.
This was a tough game, tougher. I mean, you had a couple times looked like you were about to go ahead and knock them out. They making that old run. Why'd you get the knockout punch in the fourth quarter? What you got?
Couple of stops, couple of good buckets in a row. That was the thing. Kaysen, I think Coach said it in the post game. We were up 3, the offensive rebound. Case hit a big 3 to get it to 6 with like 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, and then from there, we just got a bunch of stops. I think I got a steal. Shai had a good block. We had a couple of possessions where guys played really good individual defense, and then coming down the stretch, you got him, you got Shai. Like, those guys are gonna find ways to score.
Anything else?
Just
Go ahead.
okay. Doug, what went into the steps for you to get cleared to play today, and how's the hip feeling after this game?
It was I think we had a very good strategy going into like me being able to like obviously I was hurt, and it was like one of those things where it was like I can play hurt and risk messing up like something else with my hip, or just kind of get like those 4 days and sit out a game. I didn't really want to do that, but it definitely worked out well because I feel fine now. And just I had a workout yesterday where I went live and like tested some stuff out, and I felt good. And then obviously when you have your first like live workout after a couple of days off, trying to see if you're sore or not, I
was pretty straight today.
Alex, you mentioned the block Shai had at the rim late in the game. And it's not the first time he's done that this season. It feels like down the stretch. Just the level of defender you are, how many one-on-one defenders his team has. Like, what does that say to you? What does that mean to see a guy that level of scorer to care that much about that end?
Yeah, I mean that's just like when we talk about best player on the planet, like he impacts the game in so many ways, and it gets overlooked because he can score 50, you know, because he can get 45. Excuse me, but like he is active defensively. Like he had another possession where he didn't come up with the block, but he ended up guarding Collier for like 10 seconds, made him turn 2 or 3 times. He drove in, deflected it away, and like that possession, it's not very loud, but like me as a defensive guy and a team guy, like that's noticeable. Like the best player in the world for us is guarding the ball for 10 seconds with 4 minutes to go in the game. Like he's not hiding in the corner trying to like take a play off to go score next. Like he's a true competitor when it comes to that side of the ball. And just the things that he does, like he blocked a 3 in the corner, I think, and I don't know who shot it, but like I turned to the bench and asked him, I was like, did he block that? Like I didn't know if he got airballed or not. Like just right there, that's 2 blocks and a steal in 4 minutes of game, like important game time. Like he's a phenomenal basketball player, and like that kind of stuff on the defensive end stands out to me more than 50, as hard as that is to imagine.